your own understanding. Truth under Babylon's imperialism. You figure it out. Hope everybody is well. My apologies for the light behind me. Apologies for the terrible light. Not actually filming an action movie, so next time I definitely will have better lighting. Right now I just have a few things to say. Actually, a lot to say. Too much for one video, so I'm going to narrow it down to what's on the forefront of my mind right now, which is basically us. What we're doing. Don't want to bore anybody, but it's definitely dire if we look around. There's some things that are going on that kind of make no sense. And they do make sense if you have sense. You will see all the change and how everything is affecting how we live. So if you have an understanding, you'll kind of get what I'm saying. I'll speak as plain as possible. We acting like children. We acting like we don't know 2 plus 2 is 4. Or at least that's what we was told. That's what we were told, 2 plus 2 is 4. And they gave us instructions on how to come up with 2 and 2 and have the outcome to be 4. So that leads me to something else I'll talk about later on. But for now, I just want to continue with, yes, what you hear is crickets. Kind of off subject, but yes, crickets. They actually play a part in everything, and a lot of stuff that actually you can, get a lot from just the criteria of a cricket, what it does. A lot of people don't know about crickets and what they do, and why they scream at night, why they yell about their environment and how it changes, and how they talk about it amongst each other. They sing the song of the environment, as we do. Oh, lucky. So I guess someone decided they wanted to provide some light for me, which is okay. I can use the light. But anyway, this might sound a little drastic or unfamiliar to people, or just out the blue, but yes, I'm going to talk about the wars we had. The so-called wars that we historically reference as we continue. So you say World War I. As I understand it, World War I was just for fun. Just to see, what happens when they put all the pieces together and make waves. And also other things were on the agenda in that sense, but that's the main thing. Rulers, people with power, decided they wanted just to see what the Industrial Revolution has revolutionized, and create an actual real-life theater on a world scale, which is madness in itself. So when you think about that, you got to understand, yes, what was it all for? Yes, World War I as a whole was just for fun. World War II, as you get technology growing, things start moving, you have an unknown force in the background actually perpetuating a system that is designed not by man, initiated by mankind, but not designed by man. That gets into other things like AI and all that. AI is not what you think it is, but that's a whole other video like I was saying. So anyway, World War II is just to show what they could do. After the Industrial Revolution, they insert a little of the AI into the equation, microchips, things like that. They had to know. If they could just have that kind of fun in World War I, well, geez, what can we do in World War II? At the same time, this whole maniacal manipulation through algorithms or planning and strategizing how to complete a scenario written like scripture. And if they follow verbatim, they know what could happen. They know what the results could be, or most likely would be, as per the computer calculations or the algorithmic assertion. Anyway, World War I just for fun, madness. World War II, was to show what they could do, which was crazy. Propaganda-wise, media-wise, the devastation that it showed, because none of us actually really know. Like, wasn't like the internet and all that stuff back there. We don't really know the particulars. We know what we were told. Keep that in mind, what we were told. Keep that in mind. So, get to these two wars, World War I, World War II. Now you have it in your mind now, like we're a society that's constantly in calamity, constantly at war, constantly just at odds with each other. And at some point, you gotta say, as an adult now, you gotta say, where is all this coming from? Where is it going? And why are we doing it? Why are we participating on a path promoted by evil, designed by non-humans, and perpetuated by your neighbors in life? That sounds like a nightmare to me. Which brings me to another assertion. Movies. The Nightmare on Elm Street. It seems like a mundane horror film. It means a whole lot more. There's a whole lot more to that movie if you understand. A lot of movies like that. Wizard of Oz. There's a lot of things that are shown to you. Data. It's data. It's given to you. It's scrambled, but it's data. It's given to you. That's all they know how to do, is give you information. They give you information, and it's up to you to decipher it. Point blank. You get it, or you don't. You might think it's entertainment, or think it's entertaining and be entertained, or you might actually get a message from it, depending on how you are wired, depending on how you pick up signals, how you resonate. So, World War I, just for fun, madness. World War II, to show what they could do, which was devastating. You know what I mean? On the psyche, on the mind, on the intellect, on our ability to think rationally for ourselves, even as adults, along with the system and everything else that's perpetuating the evil. So we all are waiting for the propagandized war machine that we supposedly live in, or that is actually really driving the way we just our outlook on life is actually driven by these fears. So what does that do? It just keeps war in your mind. When it's going to happen? So now you're thinking about World War III. But y'all, excuse me, but you and everyone else, everyone needs to understand. All y'all out there, in your own understanding, truth under Babylon's imperialism, all you out there need to understand we are in World War III. We've been in World War III for a long, long time. World War I is just for fun. Was just for fun. World War II was to show you what they could do, to get you where they need you to be. So in World War III, will be all about you and me. It's all about us, the people. The war's on us. You take their intellect, take their spirit, take their ability to just support themselves naturally, and then you just have a bunch of haywired units running around. Individual haywired units just running around, ready to be guided somewhere, you know? I want everyone out there to ask themselves 3 questions. The first question I want you to ask yourself is, am I alive? Just ask yourself, am I alive? And really think about that. The second question is, do I matter? Really ask yourself that question, and just think about the answer that you come up with. At first, your instinctual answer, do I matter? And then the third question is, I want you to ask yourself, do I give a fuck? Those are the 3 questions you ask yourself. And when you're done asking yourself those questions, you ask yourself another question. Who the fuck told me this stuff? Who allowed me to think like that? Who gives me the right? Who gives me the permission? Who told me these things that I believe? Because no one will have any concepts without being told or programmed or given data or information in relation to whatever it is that they're going to conceptualize throughout their quantum memory matrix. Because that's what it is. Quantum memory matrix. That's what you are. That's all. You remember to remember. To remember. That's all you are. Amongst other stuff that makes you more than just that. But that's all you are. So if you can free yourself from all the binds of witchcraft, of wordism and things like that, understand quantum memory. It applies on a lot of different levels. In a lot of different realities, it applies. Or should I say so-called realities? It applies. That's what you are. You are a quantum memory biological unit. But you are connected. But because of the things that we've been taught, told, and allowed to think and feel and to do, this is where we are. Programmed, completely programmed to the utmost. Anytime you take anything natural and separate what's natural from the natural by something unnatural, there's obviously an agenda opposite or ill-conducive to the plan of life or the plan of natural progression. Anytime you put an artificial anything, whether it be an artificial barrier or a system, there is an agenda to destroy that life.